Hi there, and welcome to SSBBW Magazine's exercise program. This is for November 2013. Come on in, Mike.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, look, fireplace and everything.
Nice and cozy.
It's nice, good, because it's miserable out there. Grr, I dislike wintry, gray, fall, blah. But the good news is you don't have to go outside and exercise.
No, although this weather, I kind of like walking outside if it's not raining.
Walking in the rain is nice if you've got the umbrella and the appropriate clothes.
And it's not like a downpour.
So speaking of the troubles that we all have with things, we're talking about getting a personal trainer for yourself. Hi, would you like a personal trainer too? So what normally people will do is they're gonna go to a gym and they're gonna walk through the door and they're gonna see everything that scares them.
Mm-hmm.
Bright lights, people who look like they've been working out for 400 years because they're all scrawny or they're all buff or they're all wearing spandex, and
they're going 100 miles an hour.
And you look at yourself and you think, I don't look like them and I don't feel comfortable here. So you don't have to go to a gym to get a personal trainer.
Yes, and here's a good example of that.
Most of the time you'll find a good personal trainer just by word of mouth. So you can talk to your friends. If you're on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, just put out that you're looking for one in your area.
Mm-hmm.
And if nothing comes back, because quite often something doesn't come back, then you start going out to the gyms to interview the gyms. Don't become a sales target. You're not looking to buy a membership, you're not looking to buy personal training, you're looking to talk to personal trainers.
Because some of them will do both at a gym and then
That's right.
do their own thing on the side. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Most of them, depending on the corporation they work for, aren't allowed to say that, but I think 90% of them probably do have clients outside of the gym. Because they know not everybody's going to get to the gym. So what do you look for in a trainer? I'm a little biased. I've seen a lot of younger trainers who really mean well, but they can be dangerous. Not all of them, but most of the ones under 25 don't have a lot of the life experience to deal with people with mobility issues.
Right.
Not
True.
all of them, but most of them. I was lucky. I got to work with people with MS, people in wheelchairs, right from the start when I started personal training. So I learned a lot. Doesn't mean, doesn't mean I knew enough to help them the way they needed to be helped, but I learned a lot so that now I know whether or not I know enough.
Right.
So you want to deal with older trainers with a specialty, maybe, but people with life experience.
For sure. And I just want to break in. I had an experience once where I had the opportunity to try out a gym. It was in my workplace. And I thought, well, what the hell, it's free. And I went in there and I was large, very large. Told them that I'd never done anything like that before. And they pretty much said, why don't you go take our 1-hour aerobics class? I'm sorry, that's going to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I can't do aerobics for 5 minutes, let alone an hour. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking.
Well, it's the dogma. This is the chart of target heart rates and you must fall into these lines. Or this is the program we offer, and like at McDonald's, you can have a Big Mac or a quarter pounder. There's so many gyms operate on this is all we can offer you.
Right, right.
And they don't have to do that. If it had been my gym you'd gone to, I would have suggested you sure, go into the class, but don't worry about not doing it. Just do a little bit of it. But they didn't say that.
So when you're interviewing a potential trainer,
Yeah.
I guess they should be asking you what your limitations are and what you like to do as well and things like that. Like they should be asking questions as well, right?
That's right. Because technically they are selling you personal training services. They can't sell unless they know a little bit about you.
Right.
To find your weakness so they can zero in and get some money out of you. The cash cow syndrome, it happens a lot. And it's unfortunate and it gives us all a bad name. But you want to make sure that you're talking to somebody who has experience with bigger people or with people in wheelchairs or housebound people, because your issues are not the same as the ex-athlete who's been sitting behind a desk for 10 years.
Right.
There are a lot of similarities, but if you haven't been able to move around for a long time, your bones aren't necessarily ready to do it, your ligaments are definitely not ready to do it, your muscles are not ready to do it.
Exactly. And then you should also be looking at how you react personally, like get along with somebody.
Exactly. There's nothing worse as a personal trainer than dealing with a client you really would rather not deal with. The flip side of that is, if you don't like your personal trainer, they're not going to motivate you.
Exactly.
You're going to waste your money.
Yeah, so it's good to find somebody who's a good fit age-wise.
Yeah.
Personality, likes, I mean, we like the same type of music, which is good because we'll do the time warp as part of our exercise
Exactly,
program.
because
you
it's
know,
fun.
Have fun.
And we'll throw
yeah.
on some classic rock from the mid-70s and,
We're dating ourselves.
well, yeah, it was some stuff from the 60s.
Yeah. So let's talk about, okay, ideally you want somebody who can come to your house and work with whatever equipment you have.
That's
at
right.
home. Some trainers will do that, some won't, so there's an issue there. I'm wondering about costs, like what is too much? Like if somebody says, okay, I'll do it, but it's $100 an hour, I mean, like, is there a point where it's like just too much money, or?
It can be economically prohibitive, which means it'll cost a lot. If you want to work out 3 times a week and it's $100 a session, that's $300 a session.
And
That's
is
$1,200 a month.
they usually charge by like the hour or the, I guess
By
the session.
by the session, yeah. And a session is generally half an hour to an hour. Max would be an hour and a half, depending on what your needs are. There's lots of, depending on where you live, there's things like rehab centers, which some people can get to based on a doctor's note. And the rehab centers will put you through personal training so that you can become more mobile, depending on where you live, depending on what kind of health programs you've got.
Okay, so is there like, what is the average price range?
In Canada, it's lower than in the United States.
Okay, okay.
You can pay as little as $20 a session up to $400 a session, and that's just here in Ottawa. So
you're basically looking at what your own budget is as well,
That's right.
And making sure you get what you pay for.
if you have the budget, you will attract a personal trainer who will charge you appropriate to your budget.
But they won't necessarily be the right trainer.
That's right.
Right.
If you go to one of the big name gyms, they're going to try and sell you 10 weeks of personal training, 3 to 4 to 5 times a week, money up front. And it's not unusual, it's standard, and they're going to keep you on as a cash cow. You will get goals achieved, but they won't be the goals you want.
Right.
You'll get some progress, but not how you want it. You'll get progress here, progress there, and they'll sell you, well, we'll just change your routine next time you renew. It's about time to change how your body is going to be responding to things, and you'll get more results, but they won't be the results you want.
Okay, so let's talk about like certification. Is there a certification for personal trainers? Do they have to go through a course?
Legally, no.
So anybody can say I'm a personal
Anybody in Canada can claim to be a personal trainer.
Is there such a thing as a certification though?
Yes, there is CanFit Pro, which is owned by one of the mega chains, and they dumbed down, in my professional opinion, they dumbed down the qualifications when they bought the system. And when I wrote the exam to be certified by that, I was angry after I finished that exam because it was far too basic.
So asking for certification really isn't going to help you much?
No, it's life experience.
Okay.
People who have certifications are going to say, certified, 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 you have to be certified, this is the standard or you're going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, really, people? I do certify people through another organization. I'm not going to give you their name because that's commercial. And we approach it as, sure, this is learning that's going to carry you forward, but there's always more to know. And just because you have a certification doesn't mean you know. Microsoft certification was originally a big thing until you realized that anybody and their dog could check off the appropriate boxes on the test and be Microsoft
Exactly.
certified and know absolutely nothing about how computers work.
Exactly, yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's break it down. When you decide that you're at the point where you want to have a personal trainer, you find one. And you can find one by word of mouth,
Mhm.
by friends or anybody else that you know that might have one, by going to a gym and talking to trainers. What about, do trainers advertise online?
A lot of them do.
Craigslist or
Yeah,
Kijiji or
Craigslist,
something?
Kijiji, all of the service type websites. There's all over Canada. We also have usedottawa.com, and the public service has their own internal site. So,
Okay.
but I wouldn't be able to post on that. One of my friends who works for the government would be able to post it on the.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so you want to talk to them, they should be asking you questions about what your goals are, what your limitations are, that type of thing. You ask them questions, get an idea of what they would help you with, maybe have a trial run with them.
If they don't offer you a free consultation, don't go with them.
So that's like a free session.
No,
No.
it's talking the way we
Oh,
do
okay, okay.
about what is goal setting, how
Right.
you set goals, what do you feel you want to achieve in 6 months or a year or 2
Right.
years.
Okay.
You know, it's the talking through. That's how you find out if you like them. By
Exactly.
talking to them. And if they won't do a free consultation, that's not a sales session, don't go with them.
Okay, so it's really good advice. If you guys are in Ottawa, Mike's for hire.
Exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't travel out of Ottawa.
I keep my client base pretty close to where I live.
Yeah, but good luck, and if you have any stories about trainers, please let us know.
And if you have any questions, fire off an email and we'll answer it.
Yeah,
We-
for sure.
At any time. Anything from goal setting, how do you do it? Motivation, there's so many kinds for different people. It's endless, the stuff we can talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Thank you very much.
thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, happy Halloween.
And happy Halloween.
All right, we'll see everybody next month. Next month, it's December. Watch out.